A former Aldi worker just dropped the bombshell: there are 9 things you should never, ever buy at Aldi. They seem like good offers, but they'll waste your time, money, and patience, to be honest. And the first one? There's a good chance it's in your fridge right now. Have you ever left Aldi thinking you got a good deal, only to cook dinner and realize you made a huge mistake? You are not the only one. More than 60% of Americans say they wish they hadn't bought something at the store in the recent 30 days. And here's the crazy part: the people who do the worst, we trust them the most. 1. Cheese that has already been shredded. Happy Farms. An ex-Aldi worker from the dairy section saw it happen every day, customers throwing packs of shredded cheese into their carts as if it were a sensible way to save time. But what happens behind the scenes? She wouldn't touch it. Why? There are a lot of anti-caking agents in it. These are compounds that keep the cheese from clumping, but they also keep it from melting correctly. So when you put it on your mac and cheese or lasagna, do you expect it to be golden and gooey? You end up with a strange, sticky concoction that tastes bad. Have you ever eaten homemade mac and cheese and thought, something's not right? You might think that the seasoning or the time you spent cooking was to blame, but it could be the cheese you thought would save you time. Looks like cheese, said one consumer. It melts like plastic. And the worst part? You bought it because you thought it would save you time and effort. But what you really got was phony convenience that tastes bad and destroys meal after meal. Aldi workers won't even carry it into their own kitchens. That says it all. 2. Cookware from Crofton. In this scenario, looks might be very pricey. The cookware from Crofton looks like it came from a magazine about high-end kitchens. Shiny, smooth, and usually less than $30. Sounds like a great deal, doesn't it? But what does the same ex-employee say? It's a trick. Customers came back to report that the coatings scraped after a few usage, the pans twisted when they became hot, and the worst part? Super glue stuck eggs to the bottom. I bought it for the look, one consumer stated. I didn't know I'd have to scrub more than cook. The non-stick surface peels, the quality degrades quickly, and if it gets damaged, it can't be saved. This isn't a just deal with it situation, it's over. You don't have any money and the pan is useless. So before you get caught up in that designer style on a budget, think about whether you really want to cook or simply seem like you can. 3. Frozen beef patties. Imagine this: you've had a long day. You just want a burger that tastes good and is speedy. You take a frozen beef patty from Aldi, put it on the stove, and wait for it to sizzle. But not searing? You get steam. Water. A deluge in the pan. The patty isn't on the grill, it's boiling in freezer burn. Several employees said that no one buys these twice. And what if your burger turns out grey, sloppy, and tastes like a sponge dipped in beef broth? That's not a meal. That's a disaster. One shopper got it right when they said, it was like biting into a sad, meat-flavored sponge, and for $6 to $8 a box? That's a costly error. Not only are you losing flavor, but you're also losing faith in everything else in the frozen aisle. 4. Scented candles from the Shatter Mike's brand. They look great. Soft colors and sophisticated names like Autumn Embrace and Mountain Mist. How much does it cost? Only $5. But don't be tricked. You light the wick, hoping for a wave of comfort. And then? Nothing. The smell doesn't even get past the candle. Some candles smell like odd chemicals when the wax starts to melt. Some burn unevenly, some puddle on one side, and some tunnel down the middle. It's not ambience, it's just a waste of wax. One customer noted, it smelled great in the store, I got home, lighted it, and no one could smell it. That's $5 down the drain for a fancy paperweight. This candle won't make your home seem warm and welcoming. If this is hitting near to home, please tap the like button. Have you ever stood in the aisle and wondered if something was worth buying? You're not the only one. This channel is dedicated about helping you purchase smarter and avoiding regret. Hit the subscribe button and come to Financial Prepping, where we show you the worst and the best. But don't leave yet. What's next might be hiding in your freezer right now. 5. Frozen shrimp from Sea Queen. Have you ever opened a bag of frozen shrimp and wished you hadn't? The Sea Queen shrimp from Aldi might look okay while frozen, but what about when it's thawed? It's a completely different story. The fragrance is bad, like fish in the wrong way, and the texture? Soft. Strange. Off. One worker stated she could tell someone was going to return it as soon as they walked in the door, just by the fragrance. And yes, it's cheap. But does the price matter if you can't eat it? 6. Trash bags from Boulder brand. Let's be honest, throwing away trash shouldn't be hard. But Boulder trash bags make it so. You tie it up, raise it up carefully, and before you even get to the door, boom, tear. Trash all across the place. There are coffee grounds, banana peels, and last night's leftovers all over your floor. And this isn't with hefty weights. We're talking about trash from the kitchen. I thought I did something wrong, one customer remarked. No, the bag ripped for no reason. Again. And again. It sounds like a good price at about $5 for 80 bags. But are you really saving anything when you double up on bags, replace them all the time, and clean up ugly spills? Why would you settle for a garbage bag that can't hold trash if you wouldn't pour coffee into a leaky cup? In the end, it's all about shattered trust. A former Aldi worker said it best, "I'd rather pay more for a brand I can trust than go through the trouble of returning things so often." So think about this, how much is your time and peace of mind worth? When a trash bag breaks, it doesn't only produce a mess. It changes how you feel. The next time you walk by that shelf, you'll remember it. That's not just a failure of the product, it's a failure of trust. And speaking of trust, get ready. Because the next thing on this list is we go from being angry to not believing it at all. 3. Radiance dishwasher tablets. You finally got a dishwasher. No more scrubbing. No more soaking. It should have been the end of the dish duty, right? You put in a Radiance tablet, push start, and wait for the dazzle. But what happens after the cycle is over? Glasses that are cloudy. Plates that are greasy. Forks with spaghetti from last night still stuck to them. I felt like I washed my dishes twice, one customer remarked. Once by machine, once by hand, and it wasn't just her. That was everyone. An ex-employee said that this was one of the cleaning items that people brought back the most at Aldi. People were angry, and they had every right to be. They were running extra cycles merely to get rid of the residue, not to get a clean finish. Some others even gave up and washed everything by hand after using the machine. It sounds like a nice price at about $4.99 per box. But what if you have to run your dishwasher twice or, even worse, wash the dishes by hand? That's not a contract, it's a waste of time, water, and faith. It's not a coincidence that the people who work there say, "We saw these come back every week." That's a sign to be careful. Now put on your seatbelt. What about the next product? It messes with your morning coffee, which is a sacred thing. 2. Coffee creamer from Friendly Farms. Coffee is not just a drink. It's a moment. A tradition. A few minutes of calm before the day starts. But for a lot of people who shop at Aldi, that moment is being destroyed by one insidious item, Friendly Farms coffee creamer. It looks good. The packaging says it will taste like vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel. But as soon as you pour it into your cup and drink it, everything is incorrect. The taste is artificial. The feel was oily. And what about the taste? Like something you would find in the aisle of fragrant candles, not in your morning ritual. I thought I got vanilla, stated one consumer. It tasted like candles that had melted. Another person reported it left a strange waxy film on their tongue that ruined every sip. And the best part? This isn't a new problem. For years, customers have been inquiring if the formula changed. But people who know say it was never right to begin with. Yes, it costs about $2.49, although that depends on where you reside. But is it worth the money you save if you can't even finish your favorite coffee? This is one of those little things you do every day that can either make your day better or make it worse without you ever knowing it. So why take a chance on something you drink every day? You know there's a problem when even faithful Aldi fans start getting their creamer somewhere else. Okay, get ready. This next one? This is the saddest thing of all. The one that should make you happy but instead makes you sad. 1. Bacon from Appleton Farms. Let's be honest. Bacon is holy. It's not just food, it's a whole experience. The fragrance, the sizzle, and the crunch. Bacon makes breakfast feel special. But what about bacon from Appleton Farms? Things takes all that fun and messes things up. A former employee said that it's one of the worst things about the store. Here's why: the slices are really thin. As soon as they hit the pan, they curl up. They don't cook uniformly, so some of the strips are burned and some are raw. And the worst part? You end up with a pan full of grease and very little food. "I cooked 5 pieces and ended up with 1 edible strip and a puddle of fat," remarked one customer. The phony smoke flavor is even worse because it is so strong. It doesn't taste like delicious, savory bacon, it tastes like chemicals and burnt sugar. And it doesn't come cheap either. It seems like a good price at $4 to $5 each pack. But what are you really paying for when half of the product turns into fat? After only one try, some folks threw out the whole pack. It was that horrible. Bacon should make you feel good, taste good, and be fun. This does the opposite. And if we're being let down on a fundamental breakfast item, it makes us wonder what else is lying in our grocery baskets. So here's the truth. It's not just about saving money. It's about being smart with your money. Choosing items that are useful. And keeping the food we carry home safe. If someone who worked behind the scenes is raising the red flag, we should probably pay attention. Last thing, this isn't simply about pointing out bad items. It's about giving you the confidence to shop. Cheap ways to save time, worry, and trust when you're feeding your family often cost a lot more in the long run. Use this list as a set of tools. Use it to avoid bad deals, see the warning signs, and keep your mind at ease in the grocery store. Now it's your turn. What is one thing you bought at Aldi that you immediately regretted? Leave it in the comments. You might help someone else avoid making the same mistake. Let's make a smart shopping group right here. If this video benefited you in any way, please like it and subscribe. We have a lot more insider tips to share with you. And if you go to Costco, you should see our following video, 10 Costco deals that employees swear by. These are actual secrets and real ways to save money that could transform the way you shop for good. Thank you for coming to Financial Prepping. Be safe. Be smart when you shop. Stay on your toes.